Okay, welcome back. Last time we made our way further into Xibalba, and we're getting quite close to the end. However, I'm pretty sure I have a boss fight in this room, so I'm just gonna kind of, make myself fully set up for it in advance, and I'm also gonna give Jun his original weapon back, mostly just because I scared a demon in negotiations, and it basically said, yeah, the legendary flower was made of plastic. And so, yeah, it's kind of useless for now. Anyway, off we go, and let's see here. Was there a boss in here? Yeah, that sounds like a boss fight if I've ever heard one. Does this mean it turns out like Maya said? How do you know? Ah, it seems you've caught on to Xibalba's secret. No thanks to you, but I still haven't figured out the pattern to it. What secret is he talking about? Then you must realize the extent of the crisis you're faced with. Indeed, you are destined to meet your end here. Unfortunately for you, we're definitely going to win. Right, everyone? Definitely.
Try to show a display of bravado, young man. The ignorant overconfidence of youth often leads them to tragic mistakes. Like now!
Okay, so, now we are fighting the final of the Longinus Robots. So, what was my plan here? Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep Tatsuya on Apollo and go for Thunder Baptism. However, I'm gonna switch Eikichi over to using Vritra. I'm just gonna block for now. I'll switch Jun to using Kronos. I'll keep Lisa where she is, and I'll have Maya switch to using... I'll have Maya switch to using Izanami. Now, I can get myself set up in a very practical way. So I'll be able to set up Mataru Kaja with that, and then I can... Wait, I've done this wrong already. 10 out of 10, off to a great start. Because I need them to be there, and then I need Tatsuya to go last. Okay, so, pretty much, I can set up, Mataru Kaja. Now I can set up Mamaka Kaja. So I'll have boosted physical and special attack. And then Tatsuya can cast Thunder Baptism. Assuming, there goes that plan immediately. Unfortunately, my personas are going to be a little bit less helpful in this fight. Basically, as long as they have the Longinus Copy ability, Longinus Copy will basically just temporarily block off your ability to use your persona. Basically, think of it like a temporary silence effect. So I guess Eikichi is just going to switch on back to using Hades, and I suppose I'll just have him attack. And obviously, Longinus number 1 is the lead robot. He's kind of the star of their team, as evidenced by him being a different colour from all the other ones. All the other ones have been like black metal. This one's kind of, I guess, whitish silver metal. So you can tell that that one is meant to be, stand out and be kind of the leader. That, and also, it is Longinus number 1. So, yeah. Hopefully we can get through this without too much hassle. And I'm going to set up Mataru Kaja now. Hopefully, never mind, because Jun can't cast it. Actually, wait. I still should be able to. If I have Lisa switch to using Vritra... Oh, that is the wrong persona. I need her to switch to Vritra. So now what I should be able to do is cast Mataru Kaja. That's the wrong button. So I cast Mataru Kaja, and now Eikichi, and switch over to using Indra. And Indra, once again, is going to be a absolutely massive help to everybody. So now I set... No, that's the wrong button. I set up Mataru Kaja with these two. And now I set up Thunderous Fury with Tatsuya and Eikichi. And then Jun... I mean, Jun can't really do a whole lot right now, so he'll just do a normal attack. And, of course, we got hit by another Longinus copy. This is going to be a recurring kind of minor inconvenience. Fortunately for me, this boss fight probably isn't going to be all that difficult, because I have incredibly strong area of effect damage available to me. And I can also switch Tatsuya to using something fire-based, which will just make him even stronger. So, as much as I do enjoy using Odin... okay, Maya still can't cast that, so I'll have Lisa just target Eikichi specifically. Maya can just do a regular attack, I suppose. Tatsuya will now switch on back to using Apollo, and we can go for Maragidyne, and then we can go for Blade of Fury, and we'll just get a mountain of damage out. I don't know what each of them specifically is weak to off the top of my head. Like, I know that it's like, one is weak to fire, one's weak to water, one's weak to earth, one's weak to wind. But I don't know which is which off the top of my head. Either way, Fiery Fury should do a ton of damage here. Okay, that's about 700-800 each, about a hit for 1230. Okay, that one is definitely the one that's weak to fire. Okay, that one is using Maragidyne, so I assume that one's weak to, I'm gonna guess, water, but I'm not 100% certain. Okay, now that everyone's starting to get a little bit low, I'll switch Lisa using Venus, so she can cast Mediorama to patch people up. Maya and Jun can continue to just kind of do what they've been doing. And then Tatsuya and Eikichi can keep going with what we're... Then Tatsuya and Eikichi can just continue going with what they've been doing, because they just do a lot of damage. And honestly, just being able to do a ton of damage is always going to be welcome. Okay, losing the ability to heal is less ideal, but Maya can now use her persona again, which is going to be a huge help. And I feel like the one on the right must be quite low on health now. Okay, Eikichi is very low on health for now, but we should still be okay. Can I get Mataru Kaja up with these now? I probably can, but I shouldn't. So I'll have Lisa defend, I'll have Maya cast... Actually, better idea. I'll have Maya cast Heartfelt Prayer, I'll have Tatsuya and Eikichi just keep going with what they've been doing. Can I switch to something else for Tatsuya? Would Suzaku be a better play? Actually, yeah, let's switch to Isis for Tatsuya for this. So now I can get Mamagnadine out, and that should do an Earth one, I think. No, that'll do Electric, won't it? Oh well, whatever, it wouldn't make that much of a difference. Because I think they're probably just going to knock out Eikichi. Okay, they did indeed just knock out Eikichi, but we should be okay. So Maya patches up everyone else. We get Mamagnadine, which does respectable damage to all of them, and that does finish off the first one. So what I'm going to do is I will... Because Lisa still can't cast, because Lisa still can't actually use her persona right now, I might as well have her use a... Actually, I'll have her use a Desperate Measure to revive Eikichi. Then I can have Maya... you know what? I'll just do this. So, we just tank the Megiddo, that's totally fine. Desperate Measure revives Eikichi. Now I have Maya cast... Now Maya casts Diarahan on Eikichi. Then I cast Mamagnadine. Actually, no, wait, better idea. Way better idea. I have Tatsuya and Jun flip places. So I can cast Heartfelt Prayer to heal everyone. Then Jun can cast Magarudyne. Then I can cast Blade of Fury and I'll get Windy Fury. And then I can have Tatsuya switch back to using Odin. and then I can also hit them with Thunder Baptism, and now Lisa can cast again and cast Foamy Lava, and I don't think I kill them all this turn, but I'll be pretty close. If nothing else, I feel like I probably take out the other two. So I think this will kill off the first two, and it'll just be Longinus 1 left. Okay, that was a lot less damage than I thought, but we are very close to the win now, which is pretty good. Because we have a fair few other things I plan on doing in today's episode. I don't plan on finishing the game in today's episode, but we are going to be very close to it. I also don't know what level... How close am I to a level up, actually? Because if I can, I would quite like to get various levels up. So I can give... Okay, I'll go for Agility for Maya. So Maya can get Valkyrie. Maya can get... Actually, Maya can use Tsukiyomi once again, because Tsukiyomi is going to be quite helpful to have. And we can just cast Megidula. Jun... Is Jun going to level up? He might or he might not. I'm not too bothered. But I will switch him to try to get a boost to his dexterity if I can. Okay, I'll switch him to using Baal to try to get a dexterity boost and cast Fear Torrent. Eikichi, I want to get a vitality boost if I can. Or maybe an agility boost. You know what, no, I'll go with vitality, so I'll switch him over to... Wait, where is it? To Vritra. Oh, that's strength. Okay, Seeker for vitality. And, okay, Seeker actually has a full moveset now. Tatsuya... Honestly, Tatsuya's doing pretty okay on his stats across the board. So I'm okay with him just kind of getting whatever. And he also has the most malleable level up set. And if I can, I also want to get more dexterity for Lisa. So let's put her back on. Let's have her switch to using Isis for this. And then we can also cast Magnadine. And I don't know if I kill this turn, but we'll be pretty close. Actually, we have stronger magic, so we might. Earth's Anger does finish him off. Okay. Was that completely unnecessary? Yeah, probably. Okay, 3 people leveled up, so it wasn't a complete waste. Let's go Agility, Vitality, and... let's go another point in Dexterity just because we can. Lisa levels up, Maya levels up. Let's see what everyone has to say. If you'd just died here, your suffering would be at an end, Marionette. Haven't you wondered where your mother has gone? What? Gun, don't let them get under your skin. You need to focus on stopping your father and returning the city to normal. Hey, Maya, what's going on here? All that stuff about secrets. You're acting weird. Sorry. I don't think I should say anything just yet, but I'll explain myself later. Let's keep going. No. I know we'll be catching up with Jun's father soon. Okay. The secret of Xibalba, huh? Could it be that it's all just a dream? Nah. Maya's acting strange, and Jun's memories seem a little mixed up. Is everything okay? Yes, we'll find Jun's father next. You think so too, right, Tatsuya? Right? I haven't seen her in a while, but my mother should be living happily with her lover. After we left Sumaru 10 years ago, I was shunted from one school to the next, and caused problems wherever we went. That's why I've lived with father ever since. For mother, I'm nothing more than a nuisance. Ugh, my head's hurting again. Okay, don't worry about it, John. We will be solving that problem for you as soon as we can. Now, are there any hidden items around here? Because if there's hidden items, I'd quite like to get them. Okay, I can cast Craggy Fang here. We'll probably get a ton of damage out. And then I'll cast Megidula. And then Eikichi can just attack Jahi, and we should be okay. Assuming we don't get just killed outright. Which shouldn't happen, because at this... I think that... Oh. Oh, no, wait, it did kill John. Oh, that's not ideal. Because now I can't cast my cool spell. Oh, it's just uncalled for. So we go for Megiddo. These things do not take a whole lot of damage, do they? I think maybe I'll just run from this. And we actually did just get away from that in a single move. We got away. I'll honestly call that a massive success. Okay, now let's go back to Kronos, back to Tsukiyomi, but Lisa back on Suzaku. Eikichi back to Indra duty. Eikichi is forever just going to be on Indra duty, I suppose, just because he hits super hard with all of the Fury spells. And you know what? Hey, they just work. Your Honor, they just work, and they kind of just obliterate most things. So I feel pretty confident about just using them for pretty much anything. The real question, though, is are there any hidden items around here? Because I also do have one or two little things that I want to do. You know, let's go for Maxi Tempest here. I feel like that was a questionable choice on my part, now that I actually see my options. But you know what? I'm just gonna run with it. And I'm also starting to realize even more I should just go for physical attacks whenever I see Tezcatlipoca. And hopefully we don't see Power Slash. No Power Slash and we should be okay. Blade of Fury, that's fine. Because Power Slash is just an instant kill move. And insta-kill moves are always just a little bit concerning to deal with. Thunder Baptism finishes off those, and now I can just do regular attacks through. Okay, huge regular crit out of Maya, and now that should finish him off, I think. There we go. Good job, team. Good job. Okay, Eikichi leveled up, which, honestly, a little bit inconvenient that he actually got a dexterity point, but you know what? I can live with it. Where was I going? Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start walking more. I'm gonna start walking more because I know that I'll just run into less fights. And I have a feeling I'm gonna be running from fight to fight for a while here. Okay, that is a Valkyrie. I do know how to negotiate with Valkyries, though. Also, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't read any of those dialogue options. I kind of just clicked X on all of them. Unfortunately, I don't think I can actually form a pact with Valkyrie because I'm not level 60 yet, which is a little bit inconvenient. Yeah, can't form a pact because I'm not level 60 yet, and Valkyrie is. I can fuse a Valkyrie, but I can't negotiate with one. Unfortunately for me, that does mean I'm going to need to go back. Basically, I'm going to have to go back to negotiate with a demon that I already have a pact with to get Jun's legendary flower to be, you know, good again. Is there a hidden item up here? No, but there's another fight. And we see... look, I have no issues. I have no issues with throwing hands with the last battalion again, you know? It's like, look, I have no issues with just fighting them. I have no issues with fighting them because, honestly, it is the right thing to do. It is always the right thing to do. Also, Thunderous Fury, if I just kill outright. I don't know if it will, but I have a good feeling about it. Also, because Tatsuya has Odin, he's basically just face-tanking basically everything. I get Thunderous Fury. Just absolutely annihilates them. Fantastic. Unfortunately, Lisa did die, so she didn't get it. No, never mind. I was gonna say not great because she didn't get the EXP from that fight, but also looking at it, well, no one really got all that much. And there wasn't a hidden item there. However, there was an elevator that I want to use, because the elevator is going to help me in 2 different ways. Okay, I believe these are weak to magic. I'm just going to run, though. Okay, this is not quite going the way I'd hoped. That did all of 9 damage. Also, I feel kind of bad that I managed to fail getting away from the fight. Lisa died, and then I immediately got away from the fight. Okay, so what I want to do now is quickly just jump myself back up to the 5th floor. And now I just want to kind of run around here, so I can hopefully find a throne or Ares or something. Well, that's not what I wanted to find, but you know what? That's also not what I wanted to do. Well, this is not ideal for me, but you know what? I can work with it. Well, it's less I can work with it, more I will work with it, because what other options do I have? And if they somehow survive that, then I can revive Lisa with the Desperate Measure, and then Tatsuya can just kill them with, whatchamacallit, Thunder Baptism. Basically, I want to get the negotiation out through here, so I can get Jun's legendary weapon to be good again. Then I can also teleport myself back to the city, get a full party, full heal. It probably isn't necessary, but I can do it anyway, and it'll cost barely anything. And then we can just keep on moving on. I do know, like, exactly when I'm planning to end today's episode off, so I'm pretty sure that it shouldn't be that bad. Also, what did we just get? Mechanical goggles. Slightly increase evasion. Yeah, we don't need that. I think we can live without that. Okay. Game, show me a throne? No. No, just more Last Battalion, guys. I have a feeling I'm just gonna see a whole bunch of Last Battalion characters pop up. I have an awful, awful feeling about that. I hope I'm wrong, but I'm probably right. But you know what? If nothing else, they'll be easy to deal with. I agree. Oh, we also got a mutation. Odin gained 2 ranks. That's honestly really nice, because Odin was taking a little while to gain ranks. I think it's partially because its agility maybe isn't the highest, so it wasn't getting to cast as much. Well, that is not what I wanted to see, but you know what? I'm just gonna cast Fiery Fury, and, you know, hang on, wait. If I just do this, I think I probably just kill these in one move as well. Bang. I will say, that is very satisfying, just being able to do the one thing, and it's just like all of the enemies just immediately get wiped out. I think that just by itself is always going to be a very satisfying thing. And with that, Jun has hit level 60. Good job, Jun. Way to go. Okay, if I don't find a throne now, well, that's just perfect timing. Okay, so, throne, I need, how did I negotiate with this again? I think it's just persuade with Tatsuya. Yes, okay. So, I do have a pact with Throne, so I can talk to it and spread rumors through Throne. And also, Throne's being one of the, you know, higher things in the Order of Angels, I think things should listen to it. So, the Legendary Flower, it may be the strongest. So now, they will leave and they will spread that rumor for me. Now, I think I have to do 1 or 2 fights, and then it'll take effect. So what I'm going to quickly do is quickly switch back to the Legendary Weed. So Jun's attack stat is going to be 0, basically. I say 0, in terms of practicality it might as well be, but it's not going to be actually 0. And now I'm going to quickly run back to the store to heal, which is just over here. Very nice. 10 out of 10, I love getting out of here without any fights. It just makes my life so much easier. And now, probably for the final time, I'm gonna quickly just pay 1,200. 1,200 yen for a full party, full heal is so helpful. Like, it's just the best. Trish's spring could never in Persona 2. In Persona 1, maybe. In Persona 2, no shot. Also, 10 out of 10, I think that's the first time in all the time I've played this game that I've successfully managed to go the right way. Okay, now I'll just cast Fiery Fury. Honestly, I'll just cast Fiery Fury and just win in 1 turn, I believe. So that we'll just wipe them out in one, because these guys are like 20 levels below me or something. Like, they're just like super low-level last battalion guys, I think, so we just wipe them out in a single strike. I mean, I say that, but even with the higher level ones, we're still taking them out in basically a single strike. So I don't think that really makes much of a difference. So, now we just warp on back to Xibalba once again, and this time we're probably in here for good. I feel pretty confident in saying I don't need to worry about anything else. So, let's head on back down to floor number 8. And if I can find it, does Jun now have the legendary thing again? Yes, he now has the unearthly flower once again. So I do need to be a little bit careful about potentially scaring demons in negotiations. No way did I do all that and then just immediately stand on a thing. And honestly, you know what? I'm just going to go for the same move again. Because Jahi, I believe, is weak to physical attacks, but nulls... well, doesn't null everything else. That's bad. That's really bad. Blade of Fury should still do a ton of damage, though. That actually is super helpful. Magarudyne... yeah, Jahi, I think, kind of just resists magic. I think Jahi resists magic, but is neutral... resists magic, but it's weak to physical attacks. And Blade of Fury just finishes them both off. Yeah, Eikichi is going to consistently prove himself to be maybe the best party member in the game for me in terms of just getting raw damage output out. Which, honestly, I feel like this gives me a type of crisis, almost. Because it's just like, man, I don't know. In terms of being a party member, I greatly prefer Ryuji, I greatly prefer Kanji, I greatly prefer Junpei. Actually, do I prefer Kanji as a party member? I probably don't. Honestly, I've played through Persona 4 3 times. I don't think I've ever actually used Kanji on my main team. Like, my main go-to team is always Yosuke, Yukiko, and Teddy. Just because I think they're kind of just the best combination you can get in terms of general utility. But, you know, I do give everyone their time. And when I eventually do P4 on here, everyone will be getting some time. Anyway, we've now made it to the Mullock Hall. Let's quickly patch ourselves up again, because I'm pretty sure we have another boss fight in here. I'm relatively certain that it's just like boss fight, walk a bit further, boss fight, walk a bit further, boss fight, walk a bit further, boss fight, and then it's the end of the game. Like, I'm very sure that we are pretty much right at the end. I want to have Suzaku. Where is it? There it is. Okay, so, off we go into the Mullock Hall. It didn't work after all. What's the pattern to all of this? Hey, Big Maya, isn't it time you told us about this secret of yours? Yeah, Maya, don't you trust us? Well, of course I do. I trust you all, but... I think you're right. It's not good to keep hiding it. Alright, I'll take the plunge and spill the beans, but... What? Our thoughts are becoming reality? Whoa, before you lock me in the nut house, think back on everything that's happened so far. True. There were those traps and the incident with the healing spring, but why? I'm a superstar. Just like, Eikichi just manifesting being a superstar. And Lisa just staring at Tatsuya until he likes her, I suppose. Yeah, sure. Just let them down gently, I suppose. Calm down, calm down. The problem is, it doesn't work that easily. I've been concentrating this whole time on the city returning to a normal, or meeting Jun's father soon, but no luck so far. So I've been pondering it some more. Oh, it could be that fear and other negative thoughts get priority to become real. But the Healing Spring and Velvet Room appeared just like Lisa and Eikichi wanted. That's the thing. I've been experimenting, but I just can't figure out the pattern behind it. Everyone sharing one thought hasn't done the trick, and it's not just one strong belief. Maybe there's an outside force at work. You're talking about father, aren't you? I don't know. There'd be no reason for Jun's father to think things that would benefit us. Still, we can't rule out the possibility that he's just toying with us. A can of crab meat. Why did they all say that? Well, no use driving ourselves nuts about what we can't figure out. Just try not to think of anything, especially anything scary. Easy for you to say, but... Oh shit, a golden pops! What did we just say, Eikichi? So now we have to fight Eikichi's dad, or a golden version of him, I suppose.
Eikichi, stop wasting time. You should be helping out at the restaurant.
Pops, let's just talk this over, okay? Ah!
That was an amazing scream. Credit to him, that was an amazing little scream. That was great. You know what? Yeah, let's go for Thunderous Fury as well, and then Maya can cast Megidole. I can't imagine this fight will be very difficult. Pretty much, I'm fairly confident in saying that this fight and the next one will both be very easy. Mostly just because they're kind of just... like, I guess they're kind of mini-bosses as opposed to actual bosses. Also, he just hit me for 45 damage, and this is very close to the end of the game. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be in that much danger, let's just say. So let's pop a Mataru Kaja to boost up everyone's attack. Then we go for Thunderous Fury again. I did that in the wrong order, so let's quit out of that. So I want to cast Mataru Kaja and have that go first. Then I want to cast Thunderous Fury and keep that going second. And then Maya, you know what, let's try Maya doing a regular attack and see how much it does. Because even though she'll be hitting for almighty damage, realistically that should probably do a little bit more. Anyway, Thunderous Fury hits for... okay, that was like 1150 total. He just used a move called Hwatatatata. So, I assume that was just like a punch rush, I suppose. Okay, let's go for... wait. Oh, yeah, right. Lisa is currently on the wrong thing. I need her to be on Suzaku, not Vrika. That explains so much. No, I don't need to try to negotiate with him because I'm pretty sure I can't. But now we can go for Fiery Fury, and then we can also. No, I don't need that. So we go for Fiery Fury, and this will do a ton of damage. I did it again. I swear I don't do this on purpose. No, don't continue setting those. Then we can go for Garudine, and we can go for Greedine, and... do I have another thing that does wind magic? I want to see if there's a combo for this. I have a horrible, weird feeling that there is. Do I have Garudine on anything else? I have Magarula. I see Magarula. Do I see Garudine or anything Garu related? No, I think my best bet is Izanami, so let's just go with that, and who knows, maybe I'll really be lucky and find a new fusion spell. I probably should have brought up a list of all the fusion spells in the game before I started, or at least like made a little note of some of them. because I have a feeling that I've probably missed a whole bunch of really good ones throughout the game. But hey, I can't imagine this fight being very difficult or taking much longer. Bro just had a move called Yell. Okay, so now I can cast... You know what, yeah, let's do Icy Fury this time. Just because we can. And then go for Stone Rise, and this'll also do a ton of damage. Will it kill? He's in the red, it might. So Stone Rise with these three... Only did 316, that is surprisingly low, because this'll do like another 1,000. Okay, we won. Nice.
I did it! I beat my pops! You ain't worth my time!
Oh, I guess that must mean I got a mute. I didn't even get a mutation out of that. Okay. Let's go Vitality, Agility, and... Also, I'll just go Dexterity again for more SP. Man, people's agility in this game is really high. Good job, Eikichi. We're proud of you. We aren't, but okay. I did it my ass. Stupid Eikichi. And after we just talked about not thinking of stuff like that. sorry. But that was the only thing I'm scared of, so we're good. Yes, I can see you've learned your lesson. Come on, let's go. Jeez, he hasn't gotten any smarter since we were kids. It reminds me of the time he wasn't looking where he was going and got stuck in the gutter and cried his eyes out. That's very mean, Lisa, but okay. Thoughts becoming reality. Father never told me about anything about this. What in the world is Xibalba? At least we know for sure now that... At least we know for sure now that here in Xibalba, thoughts become reality. Well, some thoughts anyway. You be careful too, Tatia. Oh, I feel good. I'm not the same Eikichi you who knew anymore. From now on, consider me Eikichi Mark II. No, you're still gonna be just Eikichi, the guy who hits things really hard, and I greatly appreciate you doing so. Also, once I did it again. I think there's only one or two more of these rooms for me to do this with, so I'm glad that they're gonna be gone soon. Because, I'll be honest, I have had a pretty bad run with these so far. 5 Miracle Eggs is kind of nice. I do want to double check and make sure that there isn't anything else in this area, though. Just because, hey, if I can keep that a little bit safe, that'll always be nice. And you know what? Thunderous Fury. Yeah, Thunderous Fury will be enough to just kill them all off in a single move. As long as we don't get knocked out in the meantime, which I don't see happening. Also, I should just... I haven't mentioned it for a little while about how kind of just comically easy a lot of this game is. But just a reminder, I'm playing this on a normal difficulty, and I'm pretty sure that I'm on level right now. Like, I'm on level with a lot of these enemies. And I'm kind of just annihilating them without any real thought or effort. Okay, these guys are actually going to get to move. Okay, Meraki dying isn't doing a whole lot. As long as the thing at the back doesn't kamikaze, we should be okay. It didn't! Let's go! I love it when they don't blow themselves up. Because Thunderous Fury just kills them in one hit. Genuinely, just such a helpful move to have. And Eikichi is super close to another level up. Okay, was there anything over here? No, there was not. I have wasted my time. Let's get on down this floor, escalator, elevator. I don't even know what that would officially be considered as. Anyway, let's go for Thunder Baptism. I'll have Eikichi switch because I want him to get a tiny bit more agility if I can. You know what? Yeah, sure. I'm okay with him using Valkyrie just for now. Mostly just because, quite simply, I imagine it'll probably be quite helpful to him. And by that I mean one very, very simple thing. Hey, that's agility. And also, Valkyrie is more physically oriented than specially. And that's a 372 damage crit. That was completely uncalled for. Good job, Eikichi. And his agility goes up because his agility is comically low. Like, he is by far the slowest party member, but he also hits really hard, so I guess that's fine. Okay, now then, where am I going in here? Pretty much, my plan for the rest of this episode, Land Spark? You know what, sure, let's go for it. Let's go for it. Why? It sounds cool. Because realistically, sometimes that's all you need. Sometimes the only explanation you need is, it sounded cool. So, Dragonflight does not all that much damage, and Land Spark, I'm hoping it does a little bit more. I think Mukalinda, which is the things at the front, I'm starting to feel pretty confident in saying that they are very resistant to magic. I think they may just be resistant to magic, and as a result, not particularly care too much about it. So, well, Eikichi leveled up, congratulations buddy, you are back on Indra duty. Because, honestly, when in doubt, Indra in this game appears to be the solution. And, you know what, sure, let's cast Stone Rise as well. Why? Just because I can. That shouldn't do too much. No one died, so we're okay. Lisa is very low on health. A Fiery Fury probably just wipes them all out. Well, that's Icy Fury, but still. Doesn't make a difference. We still win. And Lisa is actually getting quite close to a level up as well, which is very nice. Okay. Pretty much, this episode is going to go a little bit longer. So, I know that I'll go through this area, then I get to another door, and then there's another boss. I will fight that boss, and then I'll probably walk up to the door where the boss after that is, and that'll be where I end off the episode. So this one might hit an hour. Like, this one might take another 15-20 minutes. Game, I just healed. Really? Really, game? I just healed. That was so uncalled for. But on the plus side, all these enemies, they will continue to be absolutely nothing to me. Well, that's a little bit inconvenient in terms of turn organization, but you know what? Man, they really just did not like Lisa or Maya there, huh? Oh well. Perish. That really does just get wiped out in a single hit every single time. I will never sleep on the power of Indra in this game ever again. Like, I think me playing this is gonna have a knock-on effect where I will use Blade of Fury in future Persona games and think it's better than it is because of how strong it is here. Can I run? No. I probably should have patched up the party because Lisa and Maya are still both close to dead. And yeah, I might as well. Actually, you know what? No, I'll keep going. I'll keep going, because I don't think it's that far to where the bosses are. Oh, there is a treasure chest here. And treasure chests are quite nice to come across. I'm a big fan of finding treasure chests. Okay, hopefully they don't target Lisa or Maya, but I know my luck, they absolutely will. Okay, poison doesn't really affect me right now. Okay, Mamakinadine will take out those two. Alaquadine does a tiny little bit of damage, but that Thunderous Fury just wipes them out in one.
You ain't worth my time.
I mean, individually they aren't worth our time, Eikichi, but there's so many of them that we kinda have to fight them anyway. Okay, and Jun is currently poisoned, so let's patch him up with an antidote. And we can have Lisa switch. Actually, no, I'll have Maya switch. I'll have Maya switch because she has like 640 SP available. Which actually reminds me I remember it's in Persona 3. I don't remember if it's in Persona 4. But I remember in P3 I hit level 99 with my entire party. And I distinctly remember that because it just gives everyone 999 on HP and SP. It was very helpful. Okay, so we found a Star Metal Helm there, which I believe that was like plus 25. I think it's a plus 25 magic defense, which is quite nice. And on top of that, I thought it was just generally a good idea to have it. I thought it was generally a pretty solid idea for me to have that. Mostly just because, quite simply, well, it just works. Did I do impressions? I did. Oh wait, impressions work. That is totally fine. I will get cards from this. I should get a whole bunch of world cards. Wow, that actually is a whole lot of world cards. Okay. Okay, so... Okay, we found the OK Hall. Man, it's really called the OK Hall. Fair enough. Can't really complain. So, let's just quickly patch up all of these, because I'm going to be going into another boss fight. Okay, in we go. Hey, John, your dad's amazing and he can do anything, right? You think we'll finally get to meet him today? Maybe. But he's really busy, so... I wish my dad didn't work at a sushi restaurant. Seriously, I have to eat sushi every day. It's almost time for your family to start coming to pick you up. I wonder if my mom will be first today. I'm hungry. Oh, someone's here. I don't recognize him, but he looks cool. I'm here to pick you up, John. That's right. That is John's dad, after all. Yeah, I remember him now, too. That was the day we met John's dad. That's right. That's... Come along, John. Mama's waiting. You were right, he's super cool! I'm glad for you, John. It's nice that your father came to pick you up. She's not waiting back home. Don't! Don't arrest me. Don't hate me. Help me. Yeah, we need to help John. Ugh, what a troublesome child. Why did Tatsuya get a gun sound effect? Anyway. John, if not for you and your father, I'd be free. Everything would have been better if you hadn't been born. Now, vanish from this world. John, she's only an illusion born from your painful memories. You won't disappear. So we don't actually have John for this boss fight. It won't make any difference, we'll still annihilate them, but still.
Jun-kun! Guys, we have to protect him!
Jun is my child, and I can do whatever I want with him.
Okay, so here's the plan. I am going to put Maya on Izanami. Maya can switch to Izanami. Then I can have Lisa switch to Vritra. And now I can cast Mataru Kaja. So let's go for Mataru Kaja. Fantastic. We now just get all of the attack boosts. And we can go for Thunderous Fury, and we should get a lot of damage out in Fury. And I think my controller's gone off. Has it? Yes, it has. Okay, there we go. It's back on. Fantastic. So we go for Mataru Kaja, our attack goes up, and our Thunderous Fury should do a ton of damage. Okay, 54 damage on the hit. Okay, the first hit went through, but the second one got reflected back. Okay, so let's try Icy Fury. Let's try Icy Fury, and I guess Zeodyne, and then Tatsuya can cast Deathbound, I suppose. Okay, let's see how this goes. Okay, Icy Fury. Okay, she does no damage. Okay. Okay, I know exactly what it is. They reflect all magic. 100% they reflect magic. So I will have Maya patch everyone else up with Heartfelt Prayer real quick. then I guess I'm just going to go for attacks. So let's go for Feral Bite, and I'll have Tatsuya switch back to using Apollo, because I can cast a Gigantic Fist with Apollo. And we should just get a ton of damage here. So Heartfelt Prayer heals, fantastic, we love seeing healing. Madoon doesn't land, fantastic. 293, Feral Bite lands for 309, Gigantic Fist, 443. Absolutely insane damage numbers coming out here. So, do I have any other physical attacks? I have Straight Slash. That will do it, I think. So if I go for Straight Slash with Maya, then I go for Blade of Fury. I might as well just go for the bonus attack. Actually, no, wait. I'll do regular attacks with Eikichi because he might crit. Then I can go for Feral Bite, and I can go for Gigantic Fist, and then I just loop this turn 3 or 4 times, and I probably win. So I get 310. Madoon actually hit Maya this turn, that's not great for me. Feral Bite hits for 270, Gigantic Fist hits for 491. Okay, just because she is probably going to be quite low on health soon, I'll patch up Maya immediately. I'll do a regular attack. Actually, that's probably a good thing for me to investigate. Will my other attacks get reflected back? Like, will my legendary weapon attacks get reflected? They will get reflected, okay. That's good to know. That's a vital information, actually. So I guess I'll go for Straight Slash. She is low on health now. And just for safety, I'll use the Super Peach. Because the Super Peach is basically a rattle drink that's infinite uses. So Eikichi can just attack, Lisa can go for Feral Bite, and Tatsuya can go for Gigantic Fist. And this should wipe them out, I believe. So Maya heals, very nice. That's a good amount of healing as well. Like, 200 is nothing to be laughing at. Okay, 283, Gigantic Fist. Finishes her off. Well, that was easy. And Lisa leveled up and got a strength boost. Fair enough. Okay, so we're getting pretty close to the end now. Gun, no matter who else says they don't need you, we need you. You would leave us behind? You'd leave Tatsuya behind, the boy who's practically your other self? Tatsuya? Nah, he's back. He's back. He's no longer a ghost. I finally remember everything. We need to hurry and defeat him. Him? You mean your dad? You'll know when you see him. We have to keep going. Okay, let's see what everyone has to say, then be on our way. I don't get this at all. Isn't the guy we met back then Jun's dad? Back then, we used to all speculate all the time about what Jun's dad was like. Wait, he can't be. But it's the only thing that makes sense. Yeah, we met Jun's dad back then. He looked like the ghost of a clock tower, but it was a completely different person. So which one's the real him? Okay, Jun, what do you have to say? I can't believe this. This is all my fault? How can I atone for this, father? Okay, so let's keep going. Because I know exactly where I'm stopping for today. I did it. I managed to walk forward and I managed to actually go forward straight away and not run into the wrong place. Your Honor, we are in unprecedented times. There is... You know what? I know that there's the saying that there's a first time for everything, but there may actually be a first time for everything. Well, that's a blocked off path. So, let's keep going and hopefully get here within the next 5 minutes. And I have so many options. I have so many options available right now. Oh, wait. I clicked the wrong button. I'm very good at clicking the wrong button. I don't think it's going to make any difference, but still. Wait. Okay, no, that was the right option. Okay, Magarudyne isn't going to do a whole lot. And as long as it doesn't kamikaze, I'm okay, which is totally fine by me, because apparently the thing that could was the thing at the back. And that is all of them wiped out in a single strike. Fantastic. Basically, my plan is I'm going to get up to the next door, because I know that's where the next boss fight is. And then I'm going to end off today's episode there. And then the next episode will be the final episode. We are very close to the end of Persona 2 Innocent Sin. Okay, we're done. Got him in one. I mean, if the game would be kind enough to give me some mutations, that would be kind of nice. But hey, I don't think they're essential, but they'd be quite nice to have, you know. Okay. I am just gonna run from this one. 10 out of 10. We actually just got away immediately. Also, Eikichi is very low on SP. This is not the way I need to be going, so I suppose it's up here. No, that's also a blocked off path. Unfortunately, I will sometimes, I will periodically just run myself into an issue where it's just like, where do I go? Let me bring up a map real quick. Okay, I needed to go down from here and around this way. That solved it. That solved it immediately. Oh, I do not have VSP for this. I don't have VSP for this. But I know someone who does. Eikichi, switch out for a second. Eikichi, switch to Mahakala just for a second. And now we put Tatsuya on Indra. Now we put Tatsuya on Indra duty. And now we cast Thunderous Fury again. And that will just win me the fight. Because Thunderous Fury will just annihilate all of them. Or at least it should still one-shot kill. Yep, that's still a one-hit kill. Every time, I always think it's going to keep going, but it never does. Anyway, also, I love how Jun's stat is luck. I don't know why. Actually, no, I kind of understand why his base stat is luck. Like, why his kind of assigned stat is luck. Partially because, you know, everyone else already had one, but still. You know what? Run it back. Run it back. Thunderous Fury, kill these guys. Honestly, I'm gonna miss beating up Last Battalion, guys. Look, you know, sometimes there's a simple joy in just beating up Last Battalion and people. And all of their robots, I suppose. They have so many robots. Okay, so that is an SP incense. I probably don't need that. And I nearly just walked directly onto a probably damage step, so I'm glad that I didn't do that. And I just realized everyone else is currently blocking. But you know what? I think we can manage. Oh, John wasn't. He was going to use Cross Fortune regardless. Pop off, John, and then the reflection. The reflection tech. Okay, so we've now reached the cryonics room. What I'm going to do is I'm going to save, and I'm going to end off today's episode here. Next time we're going to be going into the cryonics room, where we will have a boss fight immediately. Then we go through, like, a tiny little bit, and then we reach the final boss. So, next time, we'll be finishing off Xibalba and rolling credits on Persona 2 Innocent Sin. So, tomorrow we'll be continuing Injustice. I think that should be episode... I want to say that'll be like episode 10, maybe? Yeah, I think it should be episode 10 of Injustice tomorrow. I believe in episode 10 we played as... Who was chapter 10 in Injustice? I don't remember. I want to say it was Lex Luthor, but I know that it wasn't. Anyway, I'm going to end off today's episode here. I'm going to end off today's episode here. As always, feel free to leave a comment or click any of the buttons down below if you feel so inclined. And I'll hopefully see you all on Friday for the finale of Persona 2 Innocent Sin. Hey, thanks for watching. Later.